up everyone, and happy Saturday. In today's video, I'm going to show you a really cool way to manage your risk in the market and also an interesting way on how to see how much your portfolio will move up or down depending on how much the stock market moves up or down. We're going to make it quick and to the point. We have a great video today, so make sure you guys stick around to the end and let's get right into it. So, the metric we're going to be looking at today is what is called beta. So beta is used when analyzing stocks. You can find this value on Thinkorswim, Finviz, a bunch of different financial sites. I really like to use barchart.com for this, and I'm going to show you just a couple different examples really quick. So basically what beta is it shows you how volatile your stock is relative to the market itself. A lot of time the market itself is considered the S&P 500. So like for example, if a stock has a beta of 1, like exactly 1, if the stock market moves up 1%, that stock is also expected to move up 1%. If that stock has a beta of 5 and the market moves up 1%, that stock is expected to move up 5%. So that kind of just shows you, how beta works, and like also if it's negatively correlated. Let's say a stock has a beta of -3. If the market is up 1%, that stock should be down 3%. So, and of course, if beta is 0, there's not really any correlation at all. But beta just represents basically the correlation in the volatility. Right here, if we just look at this little picture, it illustrates it pretty well, and I think it, just gives a couple good examples. So, that's that, but I want to give like a couple real world examples on how you can use this today, or actually right now. So, let's say you're holding a couple different stocks, like maybe you're holding NEO or, whatever, Apple, Microsoft, whatever, and you're looking at the market and you're saying, you know what? The market was pretty shaky last week. I don't know if it's going to fall. I don't know if it's going to rise. I hear a lot of talk about, investors de-risking themselves in a possible market crash and all this, right? And you're just wondering, all right, well, how do I hedge myself? And, let's say the market tanks for, let's say the SPY goes from 441 down to 400. Like, what's going to happen to my portfolio? You can kind of do visualizations with beta. So a lot of retail stocks, especially, a lot of retail traders are holding stocks that have high betas, which is good and bad. Basically, high beta stocks are stocks that are pretty volatile. So, let's say the market moves up, 1%. When all these retail traders are holding these high beta stocks, their stocks might move up 20% or 30%. But when the market falls, they also fall a lot more than the market. So keep that in mind. But let's say we look at an example like NIO, right? And we go back to the bar chart. We type in NIO, and then we just click on this real quick. Load it up, and we can see right here, we have the 60-month beta right under the fundamentals. We can see the beta for NIO is 2.5. Basically, this means, if the market moves up 10% in the next month, NEO is expected to move up around 25%, which is great. But at the same time, if the market tanks, NEO is going to fall a lot more than the market itself. So what you can do is run through all of your portfolio right now. You can look at all the stocks you're holding and kind of stress test them. So let's just say we saw the market fall, 5% in the next month. You can get an idea of where your stocks will be. You know what I mean? And you can just run through this. And at the same time, let's say you calculate the betas of all of your stocks, right? What you can also do is you can go over to UVXY and you can hedge yourself, and you can add up your total betas of your portfolio, and you can hedge that accordingly with UVXY. So for example, if we go to UVXY right here in bar chart, we can see the 60-month beta is almost -6%. So, that means if the market falls, let's say 10% in the next month, this thing will shoot up almost 60%. So you can kind of use that to hedge. So let's say you're holding a bunch of stocks that have a ton of super high beta values. You can just buy, maybe 100 shares of UVXY, or, a couple of shares of UVXY, or whatever you want to protect yourself. You know what I mean? And since this stock has a very high but also negative beta, it will really give you that downside protection. And keep in mind, this is mainly used for hedging, the UVXY is, but just looking at the different betas of your portfolio can be very, very beneficial, especially when the market's like this. And I know that not a lot of people know about this beta, like the beta values and stuff like that. A lot of times retail traders just hear, all right, well, the market's getting kind of crazy now, and they might be holding stocks like, AMC or IRNT or whatever, and then they hedge with, SPY puts, and that's probably not the best idea. You know what I mean? Like, there's a chance that, the stocks that you are holding has a beta of near zero. And if that's the case, you shouldn't really hedge with UVXY, because if the market tanks, that doesn't mean that your stock will also tank. There's a chance that it could actually explode up. It just means that if the beta is near zero, there's not really any correlation at all. And then just like some closing words is, keep in mind beta is a historical measure. It's historical data. Of course, it's always changing, but the market does crazy things sometimes. So just keep that in mind. It's a historical number, but overall, beta is a very useful tool. I really recommend running through your portfolio, doing a quick little stress test. And if you see the need to, feel free to hedge with UVXY or VXX. If you're looking for some high beta but also negative beta stocks, you have UVXY, you have VXX, which I'm actually curious. So VXX has a -4 beta, which is pretty good, for a hedge. You also have SPXS. Let's take a look at this one. SPXS. This one has a -2.3 beta. So overall, there's lots of good hedges. Just feel free to run through your portfolio. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you learned something, I would greatly appreciate it if you could hit that like button and leave a comment down below. It helps out the channel so much, and I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and come join the StockedUp Discord chat. It's completely free. It'll be that first link in the comments and the description down below. But other than that, thanks for watching.